one of the most important reasons to get into an IUL isn't the how high of a return can you get. It's actually the income generating aspect of it.
Right.
The land of YouTube comments. So funny.
I'm kind of nervous.
Behind the scenes, just so you guys know, Matt's not allowed to go into the YouTube comments on his own. It puts him in a way. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for him, and it's also dangerous for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is for everybody's benefit that we keep him out of the comments, but not today. Segment of the week: YouTube comments. I've handpicked one for us today, and here it is, fellas.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, Matt, go for it.
All right. This is from Dank044. It's okay. Oh, great. I got 30% plus in an ETF for 2004. IUL is just a crappier way to get market exposure. 10 to 12% during a fantastic market year isn't that great, TBH, which I believe the young kids means to be honest.
That's right. Great job. Great job, Matt. Wonderful. Yeah, so this comments from a video we did recently on real life returns that we see inside of our own clients, some of the top returns, what's possible, because there is a lot of noise out there in the IUL space that the things that we're seeing isn't possible.
Right.
So
wait, is he saying that he's admitting defeat on the 10 to 12%? Like he's like, hey, that's great that you've got that, but it's not that good. Is that what he's saying? He's not saying it's not possible.
No, what I hear is like, hey, cool, you got 10 to 12. I got 40.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
So,
and he's not wrong, if I can be so blunt.
Hey, I invested in crypto and I got like 1,000. So
what's
IUL sucks.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, right.
What, and obviously this is just his thought. He wanted to leave the comment, but what's missing? So if you're watching a video on IUL returns, and we're just showcasing some of the possibilities, and even in the video, Brady on our team says, these are not our expectations. Let's be clear, not our expectations, but it happens, and here it is. And you get this. So what do you think he might be missing that would give someone coming and reading that full context so that they don't walk away going, oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of information that's missing here.
Yeah.
So like,
for sure.
Aaron, number one, how old is this person?
Right. How much money does he have?
How much money does he have?
What does he want?
Right.
What's his time frame?
Right.
What's his risk attitude?
Right.
Like if he's got an ETF that got 40% in a year, well, guess what? That means he could lose 40%.
Hold on. Does he have all his money in that ETF? Because if he doesn't, he's an idiot.
We don't know. Correct.
Right? Because he got 30%. But does he have money in his bank? What's he doing? Does he have a cash account? Why? He got 30%. Does he have money in anything that's getting less than 30%? And if he is, or she, this could be a she, Danko, 44. What are you doing? How could you do anything other than put all of your money in this ETF that's going to get 30% every single year?
Well, clearly this person's a billionaire.
Right.
Because if you're getting 40 every year, it doesn't take very long to invest some money, and there you go.
Yeah. So okay, right. YouTube comments, they're the home of the extreme.
They're wonderful.
They're the home of the extreme, and they're the home of the no context. So bringing it back into kind of just a productive, like helpful conversation, like what you guys both touched on two things. Yeah. One, diversification. You talked is all your money in one place, and then you mentioned risk. Could you just kind of specifically with the how do you say that word, Matt?
I think you specifically.
If you
English is hard.
Can you take it is some especially for me.
At least you're not typing. I mean, my gosh,
guys, it's a struggle.
That's true.
Also, if you grew up in our era, they didn't teach us how to spell.
No.
They just threw us to the wolves.
Spelling bee was spelling class.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when we're thinking about IULs, and it says it's a crappier way to get market exposure, 10 to 12%.
I'd say he's right.
Aaron, I want you to talk about risk and what risk plays into making an IUL decision to have one or not. And then Matt, you talk about the diversification.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, yeah. So the risk conversation is one. In our process, if I take a step back, even just outside of the IUL versus ETF, but just in general, when you're talking about investing and growing your nest egg and all that goes with that, your investment plan or even your investment strategy that you currently are using is only as good as you can stick to it through the ups and downs. So what I mean by that is my favorite quote by an unlikely source: "Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth." Mike Tyson. I mean, it's just great. But it highlights the fact that everything sounds good when you're winning the fight or when you're the one throwing the punches, and all of a sudden one comes back at you and you're like, whoa, I don't know that I accounted for that. Well, that's the case with investments as well, and that is this. If you have your assets, your investments set up in a way where if the heat gets turned up, and the returns that you were experiencing, that you were enjoying, all of a sudden aren't there, or worse, you're experiencing serious losses, are you going to flip the switch and jump out? Because if you are, you have no plan. And I would argue that you don't have any sort of basis for taking risk and how much risk you should take. So that has to be established first, because every investment decision that you have to make, is an ETF better or is an IUL better? Is a fixed guaranteed product better, or is this, crypto, high risk, who knows what the reward is going to be? Is that better? Well, we could, if that's your question, everything's opinion, and you're going to stake your financial future on someone's opinion. So you've got to find your parameters, or your bumpers, if you will, for how much risk you're willing to take. And also, even beyond that, you should be taking different levels of risk with different, aspects of your money. So if a person's got, for easy conversation, if you got $1 million, well, for
it's
God's
all
sakes,
in that ETF.
Yeah, don't put all of that $1 million in any one thing. Not an IUL, not one ETF, no one thing. So and if that logic carries through, then there's got to be some basis for, well, how should I break this down?
Yeah. How
much should I be taking a lot of risk with? And how much should I be taking no risk with? And everything in between. And if we aren't thinking in terms of that, then you're just basically gambling, which is fine. If that's what this
that's what I do with crypto. I gamble.
If this is money that you're gambling with, and you're just like, hey, I want to swing for the fences.
Great.
Well, then by all means, go with whatever ETF is going to pay the most. Don't get an IUL that's actually geared for something totally different.
Right.
And when you know which ETF is going to pay the most, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
First in the comments.
Let us know first which ETF is going to pay the most.
That's exactly right. So
if I were to add context here, I would just say, I agree. I totally agree. If you wanted market exposure, you would use a VUL. Hello. Let's just think of life insurance as the wrapper. The wrapper is giving you some tax benefits and a death benefit. Now, if you want that wrapper exposed to the market, good chance you can own that ETF in a VUL, if that's what you want. Most people come to us and they are not looking for market exposure with their life insurance wrapper. They are looking for a risk-off asset. Hey, I've already got $3 million in my market-linked accounts. I don't need more market exposure. I don't care if I can earn more, because I know that I can. What I want is something that can be non-correlated to everything else I've got. Okay, well, now we're clearly in the camp of something like an IUL or an indexed annuity or whole life insurance or anything that can be correlated to the market upside and uncorrelated to the market downside. And so I just love that he's making our argument for us. He's saying, hey, 10 to 12%, I will agree that that's possible. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, you're right. The IUL's not the way to get maximum market exposure. Absolutely. That's why most people who come to us looking at IUL are looking for risk off, not risk on. And I would also just say, the next time that you know which ETF is going to do 30% next year, just let us know first. And then, it'll all be good. You'll be forgiven for your comment.
And we haven't even gotten into, we don't need to right now, but one of the most important reasons to get into an IUL isn't the how high of a return can you get. It's actually the income generating aspect of it. That an ETF isn't even in the same
You can't
universe.
even think of them that way.
It's not even comparable. So,
Not that it can't do it. It's just not the same.
Awesome.
Totally.
There you go. Hey.
That was great. We can stop there. I got my blood a little bit. But
I saw you getting there.
I appreciate
the
the
comment. Time to
comment.
stop, and it'll be another week or two before we expose you to another comment. So
beautiful.